Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to the seminar of Know Your Rights. And inshallah, before we start the program, I would ask Sheikh Walid Al-Bartawish from Andalusia Islamic Center to come and recite from Saudi Quran, inshallah.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. لو أنزلنا هذا القرآن على جبل لرأيته خاشعا متصدعا من خشية الله وتلك الأمثال نضربها للناس لعلهم يتفكرون. هو الله الذي لا إله إلا هو عالم الغيب والشهادة هو الرحمن الرحيم هو الله الذي لا إله إلا هو الملك القدوس السلام المؤمن المهيمن العزيز الجبار المتكبر. سبحان الله عما يشركون. هو الله الخالق البارئ المصور له الأسماء الحسنى يسبح له ما في السماوات والأرض وهو العزيز الحكيم. صدق الله العظيم.
Jazakallah khair, Sheikh Walid, for a beautiful recitation. Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah, Rabbil Alameen, as-salatu as-salamu ala rasulih al-kareem, amma ba'd. Welcome to the seminar about Know Your Rights, presented by Professor Ramzi Kaseem, Miles Aston, and Tom Power from Clare at City University of New York School of Law. Today's seminar is unique in a sense that this might be the first time ever we have so many imams and Islamic scholars attending such seminar to know and understand their rights and eventually share their knowledge with their respective congregants and fellow Islamic scholars. This Know Your Rights seminar is held at a time when political rhetoric against Muslims and Islam is at its highest peak. Muslims have been going through difficult times since 9/11 due to national security and counterterrorism policies and practices. All Muslims, especially Muslims leadership, must make themselves familiar with and understand the rights afforded to them under the Constitution of the United States of America. We thank Clare Project at CUNY School of Law, led by Professor Ramzi Kaseem, and his colleagues to help the Muslim community with the legal needs. So I present to you Professor Ramzi Kaseem, inshallah, to present the seminar and introduce his colleague, inshallah.
I wanted to begin by thanking Brother Abdul Aziz for organizing this extremely important event, and also thanking Brother Shahidullah and ITV for hosting all of us, and thanking all of you. Jazakumullah khair for coming. As Brother Abdul Aziz said, this is an extremely important meeting. We've spoken with individual imams over the years here in New York City, but this is a really unique gathering of a very large number of imams, and we're very grateful for your time. We know how busy you are, but we also appreciate that you're here today, and that you understand how important this is, not just for you personally, but for your communities, and how this is a part of your responsibility towards the communities that you're leading and that you're counseling, to give them this information. Because a lot of times what will happen when Muslims in New York City come into contact with the police or come into contact with the FBI, the first thing they think to do is to go to their imam and ask for advice. What should I do? And that's why it's very important for you to have this basic information about the rights of every single person in this country, so that inshallah you can advise them. And we are here, of course, our organization CLEAR has been offering legal services free of charge. We're a not-for-profit, so we've been offering legal services free of charge to Muslims in New York City since 2009. So inshallah afterwards we can talk about if you want us to do a workshop like this at your masjid, inshallah, we'd be more than happy to do it at any time. There's also a lot of materials in the back that inshallah you can take back to your communities and keep with you. We brought them in different languages. They're Know Your Rights pamphlets. So a lot of what you're going to hear today is written down on those pamphlets in English, in Bengali, in Urdu, in Arabic. So take them back to your communities. And there's also contact information there where you can contact us. If la samahallah, anything should happen, if the police comes or the FBI comes, you can contact us and we can help, inshallah. And like I said, if you want to do a workshop like this at your masjid, you'll be able to reach out to me directly on the number that's written there, and inshallah we can set that up. So let me begin by introducing the team from CLEAR who will be facilitating today's Know Your Rights workshop along with me. Miles Ashton and Tom Power are both members of CLEAR this year. They'll be leading the workshop with me, inshallah. And in the back is Sister Naz Ahmed, who's an attorney with the CLEAR project. And she's also here, inshallah, if for example you want to do a workshop on the sisters side in your masjid, Sister Naz, who is an attorney, will be able to help with that and to lead that. So with that, let me just give you a very general idea of what we're going to talk about today before I hand it off to Miles and Tom. The focus today is going to be on something that happens very commonly in our Muslim communities, nationwide, but especially here in New York City. And that is what to do if someone from the FBI or someone from the NYPD comes to your house or comes to your place of work or comes to your masjid and tries to ask you questions. You're not charged with any crime, so it's not like they're not arresting you or anything like that, but they came to ask you questions. And what do you do in that situation? So this is very basic Know Your Rights information. Many other communities in this country have known this for generations, and they apply it. But our communities, some of our communities are new. Some of our communities come from countries where you don't say no to police or to law enforcement. You don't get a lawyer. So what we want to talk about now is how important it is to reach out to lawyers at CLEAR or at other organizations when something like that happens, and how to exercise your most basic rights. And these are your rights, by the way. These are the rights for anyone who is in this country. It doesn't matter if you have a US passport or not. It doesn't matter if you have a visa, if you're documented or undocumented. Everyone in this country has these rights. So that's why it's very important for you, all of you, to know it, so that inshallah, if anyone comes to you from your community and asks for your advice, you'll have the right information. You'll be able to tell them the basics, inshallah, and you'll be able to give them one of these pamphlets and say, here, you can contact these lawyers. They can advise you for free. They can represent you for free. So with that, inshallah, I'm going to turn it over to Miles and Tom, and I'm looking forward to this conversation.